What's up guys, Una here, and today we're going to walk through another OPTC video. We're going to do the Young Vivi mission, the Fight Sand Bam, which just recently came out on Global. And it's a lot like a lot of the young ones, except for, I guess, Young Arlong, where it's pretty easy. You don't need any special ups. What do we have here? 17 on him, that'll work just fine. Oh! I have never once had the faster charge specials on Global. That's my first time. I have it on Japan, but I had so many problems with a lot of the forest that I switched over to using a lot of auto heal now for the forest, which may, because we don't have the Coliseum yet on Global, which may cause me to be slightly annoyed later on. I remember needing bind for this mission. I haven't played it because we've had the clash for the past 4 days, so I no longer remember if that's required or just nice to have. We'll walk through it. Like I said, this is not a hard level at all. Oh, look at that. See? And here's Mr. 3 starting out on 8 turns. We got Brooke starting out on 14 and Mihawk on 16. That's cool. That's really cool. I haven't seen that on Global yet, so that's pretty exciting. And honestly, so I used to play Japan. I don't play it anymore. And I got it like right before I kind of stopped playing. So anyway, so let's talk about this level. It's going to be, the first 3 level are just grunts, and what's going to happen is, you'll see it right now, is you're about to get hit with some lightning every 2 turns. Boom. Well, not lightning, I'm sorry, intense heat, as they call it for Alubarna. And you'll notice only 5 of my characters received the damage. And that's because anyone who's from Alubarna, so Croc, Pell, Chaka, they all won't receive that damage at all, which is nice. I mean, it's not exactly a hard level at all to be doing this. Oh, let's take out these turtles here. We'll just take out everyone. Why not? But you'll notice that every 2 turns, you're going to get hit with that environmental damage. So you can try and stall on turtles and evolvers, but it's just every 2 turns they're going to get wiped out. There's no turtle or evolver on this Fortnite that's going to let you get past that. So that's unfortunate, but that's just the reality of this situation. Luckily, this Fortnite is probably one of the easiest Fortnites out there, if not the easiest. There is one part where you can get into serious trouble, and that is if you get Vivi or Koza, well, mostly Vivi. If you get Vivi under 20%, she really messes you up. Koza will power up units for 5 times their attack. So if you have tons of mobs around Koza and he powers them up and then you allow them to attack, that will mess you up seriously. But by himself, he's not too bad. And that's for that last round, the 4th level, where he'll do that. When he does it with Vivi, he'll actually commit suicide when he's under 20%, which is kind of interesting. So I think that's the first suicide character we've had on Global. And yeah, that's about it, really. There's nothing special beyond that. So Vivi and Koza both have like really low health. It's nothing to worry about. So what I'd recommend is just basically bring slasher, strikers, whoever lets you bring power hitting int units, because the 2x health strategy is just kind of a waste in my opinion for how hard this level is. But you just need 1 stall unit. I think just have your stall unit ready for this round. So if you had a non-leveled up Usopp, 15 turns, just stall the 15 turns to right here, and then activate them, and you're going to be absolutely fine. There's nothing dangerous really beyond that. I do remember getting locked. It must have been Vivi that locks, but if you take her out, and which you should, always target her first. Just take her out. Vivi could appear here without Koza, just mobs around her, no Koza. But there's 2 variations to the last stage. This is the one with Koza. So with both of these, take out Vivi first, and then for the one that has Koza, take Koza out second, because he will empower, enrage, whatever you want to call it, those guys in the back to hit for 5x their normal damage, which does hurt. I have Brooke, so why not use him? He's my character that I have max that I enjoy, but he's just not good enough to really be used too often. But I do like him. I like all the Brooks better than what credit they typically get. So we'll take her out with this turn, and then we'll switch over to our Dex Captain Slashers for max damage, and you'll see you're going to clear this stage pretty quick. I guess I should use an int slasher for this guy. So that's pretty much this stage, honestly, in a nutshell. It's nothing too difficult, right, guys? I mean, I do have higher level units, but even lower level units will be able to clear this without an issue. You could have used your Mihawks or your Vistas here, specials. It all helps, but since everyone has such low health, you should be able to power through it if you're using 2.5 attack characters. Outside of that, just kind of play with it. If you go to our database, we do have a category for high intense immunity characters, and you can click on that to see who's immune. So let's say you were having some problems with environmental damage, since no one really runs environmental sockets. You could go there and see if you could, construct a team out of some of those, high intense immunity characters. Other than that, I would recommend you run this island. Vivi Laboon, you can socket her. I've never tried doing an environmental socket on a team, but it might be interesting to try that against a Nell to see if you can survive. If you could just survive that first round against all those units, it'd be interesting to see if that environmental socket helps you actually just beat all of a Nell. So I've never been able to try that. I thought that was interesting. Other than that, the really only VV right now that's kind of useful is the Voyage Dream. Here, I'll pull her up. So this Voyage Dream VV she has some uses. So she changes T&D slots to quick, which is useful for Absalom. So we don't have any special ups on her. She will max at 8 eventually, but for Absalom, since you do have a preemptive, you can just use her to have a full burst of quick orbs, which is useful. But other than that, there's nothing super great about her. She can work with healing at the end of each round. But you'll want to socket her mostly, probably, with your VVs. If you pulled her, she did get pulled out of their rare recruit units because of who knows why. I presume licensing issues. I don't know. But the other unit that why you'd want to really run this, besides the Legend books, obviously, is Koza here. So if you could socket up your Koza, he is a great unit for slasher boosters. But it is a good mission to run. Otherwise, like I said, you can get like Legend books like Sengoku, which is, I think, the first time Sengoku books have been available. Oops, I forgot where my books are. But more importantly, not more importantly, but more commonly, is the Domo book. So Domo wasn't on the Japan release, but they have released Domo books for him, who is a very, very good orb manipulator for quick teams. So him, along with Capone, it's just a sick combination of options, right? You don't need to run 2 orb manipulators usually, but depending on how your enemies manipulate or characters you choose to bring along, they're very good orb manipulators. So I'd recommend running it for those characters. I'll probably save Chocobooks just because I have him, and I might make some free-to-play guides with him, but he's a pretty bad character, honestly. So good luck with your farming, guys. It's not too hard of a mission, but it's fun, and it's totally worth it for Koza. Koza, that's the reason why I run it. If you had Sengoku, that's why you would run this Fortnite. So good luck with your farming, guys. Una out.